Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Keith Reza with my trusty sidekick, Alan Lee.
Yeah, man. So how's everyone out there? We're glad to be here this week.
Last week I wasn't here. Alan Lee interviewed the great Ron Lynch.
Yes, I did. I was solo, flying with both wings out without any co-pilot here. And Ron Lynch was a gas, man. He was a blast. And I attended his show Saturday, the Tomorrow Show. And it was the weirdest one because he said it would be the weirdest one, and he called it the Weird Show. And I can't go into detail of what occurred there right now. I leave it to you, for those who dare, to go to the show. But it was definitely totally weird.
But you're performing this Saturday.
Yes, thank you.
Not the 30th.
No, this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
I will be there. For those of you who are interested in coming, it's at the Steve Allen Theater right there in Hollywood in Vermont.
All right.
At midnight.
Cool. Well, that's cool. Man, we have a great guest today. As soon as I figured out the phone button, I will call him. But today's guest, we have the great Norm MacDonald. 1 second, we got Norm MacDonald on the thing.
Yes, we
on
do
the
indeed.
podcast, and he's doing me a big favor because we were supposed to have Andy Dick, but he canceled.
And Norm's a nice guy. He just came right in and substituted for Andy Dick at the last minute, and we owe Norm a favor.
We do. Now, a little about Norm for you guys who don't know. He's been on Saturday Night Live. He's been in movies, Billy Madison, Dirty Work. He had his own TV show called The Norm Show.
The Norm Show.
He's listed as Comedy Central's top 100 stand-up comedians of all time.
I think number 83.
83. And he has a new book that he just wrote, and let's give him a call. You guys ready? I'm ready. Make sure I got the number right. Boom. All right. Sometimes these calling things take a while.
Yeah, well, we could have a commercial.
That's right.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Okay, so we'll try him again in a couple minutes. I had to hang up before he didn't pick up. We'll try again in a couple minutes. See if he calls back. I had to hang up before it showed you his phone number. Same thing happened to Bill Dwyer. Remember that?
Yeah, and then it was sort of an exciting moment there for all of us. And then boom, there was Bill, like a magician. It's like a magic act, in a way. They disappear, and then they reappear.
Yeah.
So anyway, man.
So I just texted him, hey, I'm calling. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Maybe he's on the phone.
Hello.
Hey, Norm. It's Keith.
Hey, Keith. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you, buddy? Thanks
Hey,
for
Norm.
doing a podcast. Oh, crap. I hung up. I think he hung up. Okay, let's try again.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Okay.
Or has.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I hit the hang up button. I think he hung up by accident.
Well, these technical difficulties scare the hell out of us.
Yeah. What's that?
Hello?
Hey, Norm.
Hey, Norm, we lost you there for a second.
What happened, man?
I thought you hung up, and then I thought that I hit the wrong button. I don't know.
Are we on the podcast now?
Yeah, we're on the podcast now.
We're on now.
Welcome to Reza Riffs,
cool.
buddy.
Yeah, baby. Reza Riff. Reza Riff, I should say. I always thought it was Reza, but it's Reza.
No, it's
Some
Reza.
people say Reza.
Yeah, it's Reza. It's spelled with an E, though.
Reza. Oh, it is Reza. Okay.
Yeah, it's Keith Reza.
Yeah. Do you find that people mispronounce your name a lot?
All the time. But
Yeah, because I've heard Reza, but yeah, I thought it was Reza.
yeah, it's Reza. But, you know, I think it throws people off because it's spelled with an E, you know? And you say it like an A.
But that's
Oh,
that's
yes, that makes sense, yeah.
that's not Arabic though.
Well, no, it's Persian and Spanish.
It's
but
Persian.
yeah.
See, that's what you need to tell people.
But
Hi,
no.
Norm. How are you? This is Alan Lee.
Hi, how are you? I didn't know that Keith was Persian.
No, it's Hispanic, but I'm saying like Reza is also a Persian name. So
That's interesting.
Now, by Persian, you mean Iraqi.
Yes, it's like Saddam.
Or is it Iranian? I don't even know.
Yeah.
it's kind of
I
both.
guess it's Iraq.
So Norm, Alan came with me to San Diego when we did the American Comedy Club. And
Oh, yes, I remember.
yeah, and then Alan told me he saw you at Billy Joe Shaver.
Yeah. After that.
Oh, it was after that?
He might not remember clearly, but he was very nice to me. I said hi. I'm Alan Lee, and it was at the show there in East Hollywood. Up in the that it's called Space. Used to be called Space something, but anyway, he's a Western singer, and Norm was there, and it was an enjoyable evening. I mean, Norm was standing on the other side of the stage, and I was on the other side of the stage, and then I went over and I said, "Hey, Norm, how are you doing?"
This is a long story.
Wait, so it was Billy Joe Shaver?
Yeah. Remember when you were there about maybe a year ago?
Sure.
Yeah.
It was his 75th birthday.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey Norm, I was thinking
Yeah.
for season 3 on your podcast, we got to get Billy Joe Shaver.
Oh.
Oh, that would be. Well, you know what? I always do with him. He comes. I say, let's do a podcast. Like sometimes I'll say, we'll just do it from your hotel room, so he doesn't have to come out.
Mm-hmm.
He can just play the guitar, and then at the last second I go, or not. And he goes, okay, let's not. Like I was chicken out and give him the out, and then he takes it. So, next time he comes, I know I'm not going to give him the out.
Yeah. So
He just today sent me a cowboy hat, but it's too big for my head. I have a very big head. Like most hats don't fit me, even though I think my head looks normal. I can, to other people.
Oh yeah, I think you.
But when I put a hat on, hats don't lie.
Yeah, they don't.
that's true.
You know that expression. You've all heard that expression.
Always, it's a classic. In fact, but Norm is a 6 foot. I knew he was tall. I knew Norm was tall, so I could see a 10-gallon hat. With Norm walking into the door.
Well, I'm tall, but now I'm fat. But most of my life I've been thin, and now I'm fat. But I don't think my head became fat. So and my hat size has remained consistently 7 3/4.
Interesting.
I don't know if you're a milliner, but that's a big number for a hat.
When you get in this 8s or the 7 3/4.
Yeah. I don't wear a lot of hats.
You don't?
Yeah, I only wear a hat when I drive, but other than that, I don't wear hat.
Why you wear one? Oh, for sun protection.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive
I mean,
to light.
to protect your, so you don't go blind and similar. I mean, is that why?
I'm just very sensitive with light and sound with my Asperger's and stuff. So like when I drive, I could get dizzy if I see sunlight or something. So I wear a hat.
Oh, okay. You're sensitive to light and also to sound?
Yeah, like babies crying and stuff. And
So no NASCAR career for you.
no, not at all. But
So babies, so it's a certain thing.
yeah, I can never have
Well,
children.
like baby crying would be annoying to most people, but it's unbearable to you.
Yeah, like I throw down and get meltdowns because
Oh, dear.
the baby is crying and then they look at me and they're like, "Hey, you're 28," and I was like,
Yeah, you're screaming and having the tantrum.
yeah, it really sucks."
That must scare the hell out of the kid.
Because my day job, I work at a grocery store, so I get a lot of crying babies a lot, and I always my managers always have to get me out of the check stands when the crying
Wow.
baby comes. Yeah,
I'd like to see that.
it's just so embarrassing, dude.
But it's amazing. The kid is crying.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Norm? I'm sorry.
What do you do in the grocery store, please?
Oh, I'm a cashier.
Oh. Well, that would be bad because you can't just run. You have to run away or something.
Exactly.
Like if you were a stock player or something, you could just take off and it's bad. No one would notice. You could just wander away.
Yeah, and
So you're stuck right there.
and you could listen to headphones or something.
No place to run. Yeah.
But it's such a hard job, when you have a social disorder because you have to socialize, and I'm not that great at
It
socializing.
could be difficult.
So
My son worked in a grocery store as a cashier also, but he couldn't stand me standing because they wouldn't let him sit. Sometimes there's no one in the grocery store for 20 minutes, but he'd still have to stand.
yeah, it
Now,
hurts
did you
your
get
back.
to sit or
Yeah.
did you get to lean or sit on anything?
Stools.
No, you have to stand, and
The entire time?
yeah, and it hurts your back
So-
because you're you're standing up.
Oh, sure.
You're standing up for 8 hours a day.
Well, just think, as a stand-up, you won't have to do an 8-hour routine. That just crossed my mind, Norm. What can I say?
You wouldn't have to do any what?
An 8-hour routine in stand-up, you wouldn't have to stand for 8 hours because how many routines?
Oh, yes. It would make stand-up seem easy.
Much easier.
You could beat
Richard
Dane
Pryor.
Cook's record.
Or Dane Cook's
I
record.
forgot. Excuse me, I forgot.
Norm, I think you could beat Dane Cook's record.
Yeah, actually.
Well, I think those records are weird because, nobody can be funny for 35 hours in a row or whatever they do.
Yeah.
So it's more a record for the audience, to sit there.
Yeah.
Anyone could just stand and talk, unless there's some judge going, not funny anymore, you haven't been funny in 10 minutes.
The 30 hours ago.
Norm.
That is not, you've not technically made a joke and over, something like that.
Norm, I was telling Alan the bus driver joke. Do you remember that joke?
Oh yeah, you mean no? I don't remember. You mean the making a gesture to the other bus driver?
No, it was the
that bus driver. Oh, good God, good Lord.
So,
yeah, no, I heard that's not my joke. I heard that from Super Dave Osborne.
yeah, so
I always tell them that Super Dave Osborne's joke, not mine. But it is a funny joke, right?
yeah,
yeah.
But I was wondering, can you tell Alan the joke because?
No, I don't think it's proper to be said over the airwaves.
We have a standard here.
Yeah.
Tell Keith that all the time.
Oh, it's such a funny joke, though. It's my favorite joke.
No, it is a really funny joke.
Yeah, that was
But,
you ended on that joke the very first time I met you. And it killed
oh
me.
my God, I did.
Yeah. So,
Good Lord.
yeah, that was
Oh.
8 years ago, and it was the funniest joke. And
Oh, wow. I was more reckless then, I guess.
But no. Hey,
I was a younger man with a bigger hat.
Norm, I was driving to get food for my sister today, and we went to KFC, and I swear to God, my sister called me, and she's like, "Hey, can you call Norm and ask him what's the good sauce?" I was like, "What do you?" I was like, what do you mean? She's like, the finger licking good sauce. I was like,
well, the funny thing is, I do know a lot about KFC because when I was on my podcast, I ate KFC on the podcast, on my video podcast.
That's right. That's right.
So actually, when they asked me to Colonel, I thought it was for that, but I had never seen the podcast.
yeah. But no, that's cool because, I mean, I see these commercials and I'm just like, that's my buddy.
Yeah.
And you're so funny on
Great.
it, too.
Those are great commercials.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. It's the only time I ever got free money. Like, everybody else was getting getting a commercial. I never got it. Where you show up and say whatever, just do whatever they say for a few days. But
Now,
they play it 10 billion times.
Now, do you improv that, or do they give you a script for that?
Well, on that one, they let me kind of improv a lot because they wanted me to do the commercials initially just as myself with no accent, and I was like, that'll be kind of weird. Like, I think people will grow tired of that quickly.
Yeah.
So I said, what if I just break character once in a while? So we compromised on that, and then but they phoned me like only 2 days before, and I can't really do a southern accent, so I had to just I went on the internet and watched the real Colonel Sanders talking, which was fun. And he's a pretty fascinating character if you look at him up.
Yeah.
He didn't start KFC until he was 65 years old.
Wow. Late bloomer.
So he had an entire life before that. And then he was the first franchisee. Like, he would just go to restaurants and go, here's my chicken, let people try it. Give me $1 if they like it, or And then the people, the restaurants suddenly would be 6 times as successful. So then they made a deal with Colonel Sanders.
Wow.
Anyway, then Colonel Sanders sold it for $2 million.
Wow.
And the guys who bought it off him, the syndicate, resold it the next year for $200 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that must sting a little.
Yeah, that was.
Although I can see, like, you're an old man, I'll take it, $2 million, You're all happy.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, that's what show business is like, you know what I mean? Like if you're in Hollywood, you're always like, that guy got that guy, you know what I mean? But if when you're a kid, you could say, well, I'll be here at this point.
Yeah.
Then most of us would say, oh, that would be excellent. I'll take it. And like when I started stand-up, I said, as long as I can keep doing stand-up, I don't care.
Well, stand-up's the funnest, man.
No,
Like, I love doing shows with you because you do different set every time, and it's just
I try to.
Yeah, it's just
one thing I get bored, fast. And I'm not like a good. I remember one time, like, I had to do, because for TV, I had to get those 5 minutes completely correct. Mm-hmm. The first time I ever did this, and the guy goes, it was for Letterman. I go, just do that 5 minutes, And so I was doing that 5 minutes for about 2 months in Toronto before I went on the show. And by the end, it sucked. Like, I didn't even know what it meant anymore. Like, I couldn't say it right because, it's like when you say a word over and over and it loses its meaning. It's like that. So, so now, like, I try to change it up just because I can't. I guess I'm not a good enough comic actor to pretend I'm saying something that I haven't thought of before. So instead, I just improv a lot, and then I have like laughs. I have jokes in there, that I know I can go to.
That's
when
great.
when I've been get in trouble.
I like hearing that.
Norm, we have a question from Twitter.
Yes.
After your last set on Letterman, did you and Dave get to chat afterwards, and do you guys still keep in touch?
Well, I have certain relationships with certain people that I never talk about.
Yeah.
Just because
Okay.
they're very private people.
Yeah.
But I just, but David Letterman has always been really, really nice to me, and right from the start, I started my career on a show, so and ever since then, he was always like super behind me. So that was awesome.
Yeah. I thought it was cool that you got to do the last stand up on that show, because I know he's a big hero of yours. You know what I mean? So I was just like,
oh yeah, someone phoned me.
yeah,
Someone from the show phoned me, and they said, Bob Dylan is going to be on the second last show on the to honor Letterman.
uh-huh.
And I love Bob Dylan, and he said, I didn't really need that, to do it. But they said, how would you like to do the last stand-up? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, that'd be the greatest thing ever,
Yeah.
That was just like so great. I didn't expect it at all, because I'd already been on like a month before and done panel, because I haven't done stand-up on a TV show in a lot of years.
Yeah.
So I did panel like a month before, and I assumed that was the last time I would be on the show. Maybe even 2 weeks before, actually. And I assumed that'd be, of course I thought that'd be the last time I'd be on the show. And then I said that, I was like, oh yeah, I have to. And then it was a matter of getting a set together, which I hadn't gotten a 5-minute set together for a long time. And if you watch it, you can see it's not as long as 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's
I was just yammering. I had no idea of time, like I used to with those sets,
Well, no, it was a great set though, and like it was like because I watched it live, and
I liked the set. I improvised the joke. I mean, I didn't improvise the joke, but they were talking about weed, so I did my LSD joke, which I had planned on doing.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with the set. Yeah. And then everybody, the joke everybody seems to have liked from that set was the Germany joke.
Yeah.
You never know what people will like, from your jokes.
Yeah.
Because you do an hour and then they seem to laugh equally, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've only like the most time I've ever done was like 45 minutes. And I've done that maybe 2 or 3 times, and it's tough. It really is. And
the funny thing is, like, even doing 5 minutes, like, if a great comic does 5 minutes, like Mitch Hedberg or Brian Regan or something,
mm-hmm.
like, you only remember like 2 jokes. You know what I mean? It's hard to remember the entire set.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when you're doing these sets on these shows, your inclinations, you go, well, I'll just do like 2 of my great jokes, and then 3, the rest, forget it. And I'll remember the 2 great jokes and forgive all the rest of it,
Yeah.
But then Leno always used to say, you got to do all your best stuff, don't say anything for the next time, because there might be no next time. So he's right. Leno's the master of how to do it,
Yeah. Hey Norm, do you have any plans on doing a sitcom again?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of like old-timey sitcoms, more than the modern ones.
Yeah.
But I had an idea where I'd be an old fat guy, and then have a kid, and he could be the lead, some handsome kid, really, young handsome guys on shows. And then I could just be the second guy that gets to be funny,
Yeah.
Because they always do that with comics. They're like, you're the lead, but then when you're the lead, you're actually, when you think like the lead of Caddyshack was that guy, Michael O'Keefe,
Yes.
Yeah.
He was really the lead. And then everybody else just got to be crazy, like Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and Rodney and Ted Knight just got to be funny, And with the lead, you have to fall in love with a girl and all this other stuff, and become a better person and all this stuff that has nothing to do with comedy,
It's true.
Yeah.
And like if you look at the old days, like Abbott and Costello, the Marx Brothers, they'd always put some handsome guy as the
That's true.
lead. Then they'd run around, they'd just making jokes,
Well, I will.
we better go help Guy,
Yeah, that's exactly the premise, the formula.
Well, see, I bought the Norm show, the complete series, a couple weeks ago, and I'm watching.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm watching it, and you just carry the show so well. It's so funny because it's your humor,
Yeah, well, I was in the. I would push the writers hard, because I probably wrote most of my own jokes, because that's what I was more concerned about my jokes than anyone else. But so I'd go, I can't do this one, I can't do this one, and it's not like I wrote all my jokes, I wrote the two, but I definitely declined a lot, which. Unless it's your show, you don't get the power to,
Well, we gotta get, because you deserve a show. You're so funny, and I think you'll get another sitcom. I have a feeling 2016's the year.
This is the year.
It's the year, kind of like you told me.
Year.
It's the year.
Wow.
Yeah,
I did tell you that. Maybe. It all starts in Irvine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're doing
Have you
Irvine.
mentioned Irvine to the folks? I think
Yeah.
they should probably know about that.
It's you, me, and Fred Stoller, right?
Yes.
The last weekend of January, folks, I will be hosting. Fred Stoller will be featuring, and headlining will be the great Norm MacDonald
At
the Irvine Improv.
Irvine Improv.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. Have you been to the new Irvine Improv? Or is this the first time?
Oh, is this a new one?
Yeah, they because remember, when was the last time I did it with you? Like 2 years ago or
Well,
something?
there was that crazy time where
The earthquake.
I kind of melted down.
It was so
Do you
fun.
remember that time?
I do. I remember that because Norm was on stage.
What happened was
yeah.
I was on medication for a bad cold,
Sure.
and so I'm not used to drugs, as Keith will attest. And so I sort of like blacked out and just was yammering on stage for an hour. And who were we doing it with?
We were doing it with Sean.
Oh, Sean O'Connor, who looks a lot like Keith. So it was strange already. But, we did it, and then Sean told me, and Sean and, nobody told me I did bad. Afterward, because I was so out of it, I didn't know I did bad.
Yeah.
But everyone, left, but, quietly left.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, good night, everybody. But meanwhile, there's nobody there. But,
And then the next
Sean
day,
told
the
me one guy
manager.
just kept yelling. One guy kept yelling, "Do dirty work." He's trying to help me. whatever I could help me. Do dirty work. And then the other thing, that was the night there was a crazy girl too that Sean vanished with into the night.
No, that was me.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting you. I meant you. I got confused by your looks.
Yeah.
Me and Sean got into a car, and then Keith went God knows where with this.
I vanished
girl.
with the girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't that nice. It was kind of.
So, did it go?
Did it go well?
I mean, what are you comfortable in saying?
Oh,
that happened afterwards. What happened at the show is she was pulling down her pants, showing everyone her ass. Right.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. Then she was gone with
and then we went back to her place, and that's it. That's woke up the next.
Oh,
that
sounds good.
Yeah, but the worst part is when she woke up, she didn't even remember me, and it made me feel worse about my.
Oh my God! She might have been on that same cold medication I was on.
She blacked out there.
No, it just makes a man feel bad when especially since I don't get a lot of ladies.
Yeah.
And
she had completely forgotten. She thought you were an intruder.
Yeah.
That's not like a Bill Cosby moment.
No. Well.
I was horrible. I'm sorry. My bad. I just had to throw that in there.
Oh, whoa.
Jeez.
I don't know what crossed my mind. You know that.
I thought you were my friend.
No, I just thought the blackout of the drugs.
No.
I said, wow.
Oh, man. Now, when she's at that'll give her ideas.
Norm, what do you
see her tomorrow with Gloria Allred.
What do you think? What do you think about the Bill Cosby thing? Because you opened up for him a couple times, didn't you?
Yes,
So-
and I had the funniest. I just had the greatest Bill. I had the greatest Bill Cosby story, and now I don't. I have like the 350th best Cosby story because he never raped me. So my story is not that hot anymore. So in a way, I'm a victim also. People never bring it up.
Yeah. Well, I was such
people
a
never
big...
bring me up as the other victim in this whole thing.
Well, did you enjoy I Spy, the TV series where it was Cosby and Robert?
How do you remember that?
It was one of my favorites. I'm a real TV freak, and I.
Well, wait a minute. How old are you, though?
I'm 800 years old. No, I could be. Keith's
because
father.
when I was a child, I'm 52. When I was a child, that was a show.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't even know Alan's age. He has not told me.
It's an.
It doesn't matter. You could have seen it on Nick at Night.
That's there
But
you go.
it was a great. He was an incredible actor too. Like people forget that show. They always think the Cosby Show
It's
as
amazing.
the groundbreaking show, but I think that show was the groundbreaking
Wow,
show
it
because
was
it was
amazing.
like a black and white, like friend, like team.
No.
On TV, and that was like
1873.
It was 1873. But I like Robert Culp a lot. Also, I thought he was super
Culp.
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And one time I saw him on. I don't watch shows much, but I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond, and he showed up. He was on it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, my God, that's Robert Culp. That's so cool, And he still looked super cool.
yeah.
He's one of those guys that he's like, why didn't he become a big movie star? You know what I mean? Like some guys, they're not handsome enough or whatever it is. They don't have enough charisma to be a movie star, but they do to be a big TV star. Like I don't know what it is that gives you that jump. But
It's kind of like
like Robert Wagner. He's sort of well, maybe he's right in the middle because he did movies, but mostly he was big on TV.
He takes a thief.
And in movies, he was like the lesser guy.
kind of like Pat Warburton. He's huge on TV.
Patrick Warburton, yes,
Yeah.
that's a good example.
Yeah, he's huge on TV, and then on movies, his scenes usually get cut.
Oh,
So
Yeah. Hey, I saw him in a movie a long time ago. It was called Used Cars was a comedy. He was a used car salesman.
Oh, The Woman Chaser.
Movie. The what?
The Woman Chaser.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah. It was.
Where he worked in a car dealership?
Oh no, Ted.
Ted.
Yeah, he was in Ted.
Are you saying words now?
No. He played a used car salesman in The Woman Chaser, which was like his first movie. And
Okay.
it was like made in like 1997 or something. And then in Ted, he plays a rent-a-car agent.
Oh, that's the one I saw.
Yeah.
Ted. But I thought he was cool. Like, I thought, who is this guy? You know? And then when I saw him on, I never saw him on Seinfeld,
Yeah.
but I saw him on Rules of Engagement for the first time, and like I was cracking up the whole time because of his voice and his delivery. It was just, I never heard a guy talk like this. Hey, that's so funny.
It's very deep, you know.
It's very, why does that sound like him?
It's very deep.
Wow.
Gonna drink some water.
That's an impression there.
Well,
Wait,
no.
are you doing Patrick Warburton right now?
Well, no, he's my adopted uncle. So like I'm family, so I hang out with him and stuff. We've been trying to get you to do the golf tournament in March.
Oh, yes, I know. I want to do that. Oh, is that in this March? You know, in March, this March?
Yeah, it's the second week in March. You want to do it?
I think I'm off in the second week of March. I have an enormous February
Yeah.
where I overbooked myself.
Oh.
You're doing a lot of
Because
shit.
I booked myself kind of weak because I have family.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sandler's doing a tour, so I could turn that down.
Yeah.
So me and Schneider and
Spade.
Spade's doing a few. I think he answered this one, but yeah, Schneider and Spade, and that's it, I guess. I think this is maybe Shorts, and I'll do one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do one already. And I'll tell you, man, I've never done a big whenever you're with Sandler, you forget how big he is because you just hang around with him, at the office and nobody's there. He's just throwing a little football around with you, and then when you get out in public, it's nuts, And so we do this gig in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot different than the gig I did with you in San Diego.
Yeah.
It was like a giant, 15,000 people, and then it was backstage there was easy 100 people.
Wow.
Everyone, and Alan Covert, who's a great guy, but I don't know why he was there. Just Sandler's buddy. He's a producer. He's a great producer on the Sandler movie. But he just went to watch, and my manager was there. He was also Sandler's manager, but he, I don't know if you've ever seen my act. He was like, "That was great." I'm like, "Well, yeah, but you've been my manager for 25 years." He was surprised. What did he say? "You're great." And I think it was just because Sandler and Spade and Schneider were laughing at me. No, my manager's a good guy, but they're all like that.
Yeah. I actually wanted to go to that show, but the tickets were sold out, and I didn't know you were there. So.
Oh yeah, I was not named on that show. That's right.
Yeah. Because I love Spade.
Surprise guest.
Yeah.
It's a great show.
Yeah.
Spade's a fantastic act, and
how much time did
Schneider
you do on that?
He remade his entire act because he didn't continue doing stand-up. He just started again. I don't know how many, maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So he's just hitting his stride now. With music, it's hard to from scratch. Obviously, we all know that.
How is Sandler?
How's that?
How is Sandler? Because he took a break.
Sandler wrote. He just did songs, right? But he wrote 60 songs.
Wow.
But the guy's just a creative monster.
60.
Yeah.
So he did 20.
Wow.
And every one was super funny, and then the last song was really great. And the last song was amazing. And it's an amazing end to the show because Sandler does this great, great last song that I'm sure he'll record. he'll probably. I imagine he'll record an album from this tour.
Yeah. One second. My mom's calling in.
Oh, okay.
1 second.
Wow, your mom's coming.
Hello? Mom?
Hi, I was calling in to talk to Norm.
Mom.
Oh.
Yeah, your acting sucks because it comes up on caller ID. I know your phone number. Are you there, Norm?
Yeah, but I hear an insane thing. Go ahead, I can hear it.
Yeah.
See, now I can't hear her. I could hear her before when she said I'm calling in.
I didn't know that he knew it was me.
Wait, who is it? What?
It's my mom.
It's what?
It's my mom. She's.
I was trying to change my voice and be a caller, and then you picked up, and it totally surprised me.
Oh.
Wait, I still don't know who it is. Who is it?
That's my mom.
Oh, it is your mom. But she just said it's not.
Yeah. Hey, Norm. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, but you're not his mom, right?
No, it is my mom.
No, I really am. Honestly,
Oh, you are his mom.
I didn't. Keith, I was trying to be supportive. I didn't know they were going to put me on the air.
Oh.
So this is just very awkward.
You kept texting me. Okay, so do you have a question for Norm, or?
Well, yeah, I was wondering about Norm. Do you even play golf?
Oh yes, I'm no good. I'm probably the worst. And yet,
Norm, you should do the tournament. It's really fun. It's so fun.
The thing is, I've only been in one celebrity tournament and I won it, even though I suck, because I'm good guys. Yeah.
Well, that's okay. They just go to see your wonderfulness.
What is the format of the tournament?
Can you tell them how it works and everything? I mean, it's low key. It's so fun, and it's for such a great cause. Tell them about it.
Yeah, we could tell them in Irvine.
Okay.
Yeah, because I only have 5 minutes left before.
Okay, well, I'll hang up. It was nice talking to you guys.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
So it really was your mother.
Yeah, it was. She kept calling, and then I was like...
But then she kept saying, "Oh, it's not."
Yeah, but I don't think she understood of caller ID, because I know my mom's phone number by heart. That's the only number I know by heart.
So she at the last second tried to pretend she was someone else.
Yeah.
She tried to do an
Plus, you would know
impression.
her voice.
Yeah.
How many people are going to do impressions of your mother?
Yeah, that's...
But no, I mean, but it's like, we could talk about...
Well, she sounded like a very nice, very young lady, actually.
Yeah, you've met my mom.
That's why I first said.
Yeah.
Yes, I have, yes.
Several times. All right, Norm, 2 questions, and then we'll get out of here. Question number 1, any plans, and this is from Twitter, any plans on writing a sequel to Dirty Work?
Yeah, no, I have. I wrote a sequel.
Oh.
The problem is a lot of people are dead, or really fast.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to go back over it and make everyone fat because Chevy's huge fat guy, and Artie's he's not at his peak fatness, but he's still fat.
Yeah.
And I'm fat. Everyone's fat. I'm the least fat, and I'm fat.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to polish it up and fatten it up.
Yeah, there you go. Because that picture was on one of those rags at the, those scandal rags of Chevy Chase, and he's on the beach. You mean those pictures? That fat?
Yeah.
That's
fat.
I
saw one where it said Chevy is going to die.
Oh no, that was a horrible.
And then I saw him, and I was concerned. I didn't know because it was an Inquirer, and then I saw him at the 40th, and he was fat. But he didn't look sick or anything. And I was like, I just said, "You're going to die." He goes, "Who said that?" I'm like, "The Inquirer." To me, you would know that.
The Inquirer.
I guess if you get big enough, you don't go out, so you don't see the Inquirer. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I feel I would know that. If I was in the front of a newspaper about me, you know. But
so, are you gonna try and film Dirty Work too?
yeah, maybe.
Let's do it.
I haven't really talked to anybody, but I got a script.
Oh.
Maybe after I fatten up, I'll
gain a couple of pounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
But no, Dirty Work was the funniest movie.
It was fun to do, man.
Yeah. And then the last question for you. Can you talk about your book yet or no? Like, are you...
Sure.
Yeah? Well, when's it coming out? Because I'm excited to read it. It's called...
I think it's coming out, and it's supposed to come out in the fall.
Yeah.
I sent the last draft in last couple weeks ago, and
yeah. Well,
I'll get notes this week, and then we'll proceed from there. It'll depend on how much legal issues there are, is what I imagine will happen.
Is it a bio or an autobiography?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Memoir, but it's a little
racy.
Tough, you know. Yeah, a little rough on some people.
Yeah.
So,
but when you first told me you were writing a book, I was like so excited because like I love reading, you know, and I was like, yay, you know, and then like every year for like 2 years I was like, so when's the book coming out? And now it's coming out. I'm like, yay. So
everything takes me longer than everybody else. Mm-hmm. When I did my album, it was like a sketch album called Ridiculous. It wasn't stand up. And so I go into, because Sandler told me, do an album like me, you know, just do little sketches, and you can do whatever you want, be dirty, whatever. So I said, oh, that'd be fun. So I did it. And then it took 8 years. It took Sandler like 3 months. Because every time I went in, I like changed it a little bit. Oh, let's do it again. And so it took longer than Thriller to make this thing. And during the time I was making the comedy album, record stores died.
Yeah.
So long it took.
Tower Records.
I remember Tower Records used to be, you couldn't get a spot in the parking lot.
Yeah.
By the time the album was finished, there was no Tower Record.
Yeah. Well, Norm, we're out of time, buddy, but thank you so much for doing the show.
Thanks
man.
a whole lot. This
Thanks,
was great.
man. It was fun to be on Reza Riffs and to talk to Alan as well.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll do Irvine next week, and we're going to kill it, and it'll be fun.
That's going to be a great show. Peace, brother.
All right,
Peace,
see you, Norm.
See you, Norm.
Bye.
He's a great guy.
Oh, I love Norm. That's
that was cool.
Funniest guy.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Real gentleman, too. Another one, he's cool.
Yeah. For those listeners, I'm sorry that my mom called and interrupted the momentum.
Oh.
No, I mean, it's like...
She tried to do an impression even.
She tried to do it, but it's embarrassing, you know? Like, would you want your mom to call and interrupt a conversation with Norm MacDonald?
I can't say yes or no. Did you know she was going to call?
No.
I'm sorry.
If I knew, I would have said, hey, don't do it. Yeah. I'm like...
you suddenly saw the ID.
Yeah, but she kept calling, so I was like, ugh, you know, like...
You thought it might be an emergency.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, it was all right. But the show was awesome. You know, It was great.
Norm, he went into the stuff about early on about the bus joke, which he could not do.
Yeah.
And we're not going to do the joke.
No. But that's the funniest joke. Maybe he'll do it at Irvine if I could talk him into it.
There you go.
Do it live on stage.
There you go.
But see Norm MacDonald at the Irvine Improv for the last weekend of January, the 29th and the 30th.
29th and 30th?
And I'll be there.
Irvine?
Yeah.
Reza?
I'll be hosting.
Wow.
And
nice.
Fred Stoller will be there.
Fred Stoller, who was with us a while back.
Fred Stoller was also on
very
the
funny
show.
guy.
Yeah, so it's going to be a Reza Riffs reunion in a way. Alan Lee's going to go to one of the shows, right?
Yeah, I'll be sitting in the rafters somewhere.
Yeah, and obviously my mom's going to go.
And your mom? I'll sit with your mom.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we only have 2 more episodes, and it's been a fun season.
This has been fantastic.
And it's going to be great, man. Next week we have Craig Shoemaker, the Love Master.
Craig Shoemaker.
Yeah, that's 100% confirmed, so we can announce it.
Very good.
And then Andy Dick was supposed to do tonight. We're going to see if he could do the season finale. I guess he got sick today or something. And
we're just hanging with Andy Dick. We go down, have have a late breakfast with him.
Yeah.
We're just hanging with Andy.
That's true. And then he gets sick. It's, I don't know. All right, guys. Well, follow Norm MacDonald on Twitter and at Norm MacDonald. He's the funniest guy. He tweets.
Yes,
and
indeed.
He responds to people. And
great tweets.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't say this a lot, but he's 100% the man. Like, he's a good guy. You know,
I agree.
He's a good friend of mine, and he did me a huge favor, and it was awesome.
This is a great favor. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Alan Lee, any final remarks?
Hey, man, another great evening here in Sherman Oaks. So, we'll head on out, and who knows what will happen the rest of the evening. We might swing by the Comedy Store. We might just...
I thought you were going to do the whole come back.
Oh, no, listen, everybody, make sure you come back.
Yeah. All right, and I'm Keith Reza. Follow me at Twitter and Facebook at KeithReza.com. And come back.
Okay, jeez.
That was fun.
Here you go.
You're listening to Reza Riffs with Keith Reza and Alan Lee, right here on LA Talk Radio.